Miles Sanders, stay or go? A little background on Miles Sanders here. Miles Sanders is only 24. We drafted him in the second round in 2019. Running back, obviously. He's a boomer bust type running back. I think last year he got hurt a little bit. He's injury prone. I think it was a thumb at the end of last year. This year he's making, what is he making this year? $1.7 million this year. And it's going to go up. It's going to go up. And we got to decide if we value the running back position enough to re-sign Miles. I think he's averaging 5.5 yards per carry, which is crazy good. Crazy good. But he's kind of, like I said before, he's boom or bust. He's basically he's not running for 5.5 every yard. He's kind of running from 1 to -1 and then 99 yards. So if he doesn't break that 99 yards, that 99-yard run, his stat sheet could look pretty bad at the end of games. But he is a solid running back. I'd love to keep him. He's great. He's a way better runner than anybody we have on the team right now. But we do have pretty solid runners, which is why he's kind of expendable, and we don't value the position. Because Jordan Howard's a good runner, Boston Scott's very good runner, and Miles can catch the ball. But we also have other running backs who can catch the ball very well. Scott can catch the ball really well. Huntley can catch pretty well, and Kenny Gainwell is basically a slot receiver. Like he's very good at catching the ball. So Miles is not exactly needed. He's seen as maybe a luxury, but he's going to get expensive because right now, if you were to extend him on what he's done, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but it's always because of injuries why he hasn't got there. But if you extended him right now, you'd probably be paying him 4 to 7, somewhere in there, somewhere around that area. But if you let him play this year and he has a big year, then you're definitely going to lose him because there's no way the Eagles are going to pay from 7 to 12. So you're pretty much banging on to have a bad year, and that's not how you want to go into a season. I mean, realistically, I think we should trade Miles Sanders right now. I don't know what you'll get for him. We did use a second-round pick on him. I don't think you're going to get that back, even though he is the player we thought he was going to be. But we got those 4 years of not paying him on his rookie contract. So the team that's picking him up now is going to have to actually pay him. So they're probably going to want to decrease the value of their offer to compensate for that. I don't even know if you get a third right now because running backs, they're a dime a dozen, it seems. You'd have to find a couple teams that are pretty desperate for running backs. My picks probably to maybe try and trade with would be Jets, Ravens, Bills, and Miami. They kind of have some running back issues. Not so much the Bills, but if the Bills want to really overtake the Chiefs and become a good, a solid contender every year, they're going to want a good running back. So, a guy like Miles Sanders, I think he could be almost a Austin Eckler type. I don't think he's Christian McCaffrey or anything like that, but I think he's a solid running back. Maybe a Nyheim Hines. Something like that. He could be a championship running back anyways for a team that really values that position. For the Jets, I would be probably trying to get their 38th overall pick in the second round. It's their second of their second round picks, so maybe that's a little easier to pry away from them. It's also Carolina's pick. So, I don't think they're going to give you that pick up straight up for Miles Sanders. That's still a pretty high second round pick. So you're probably going to have to give up our third round pick or even our second round pick and Miles Sanders. So second round of Miles Sanders to get there, but maybe you try to get a third and Miles Sanders to get up there because the Jets, they have a pretty good relationship with the Eagles. Their GM, Joe Douglas, was actually one of Howie Roseman's main guys for the last couple of years till he took that job. And they're going to want a running back there that can catch the ball and be explosive. They got Elijah Moore. They got Zach Wilson. They're looking for playmakers over there. And a draft pick to them, you draft somebody, you're talking 2-3 years before they're, contributing on a consistent basis and they're grown up. So, the Jets don't need any more prospects. The Jets need players right now. And Miles Sanders gives you that. The Ravens, I think the Ravens have the 45th pick in the draft. I think you'd have to give up your third and your second for that. Not your third and your second. Your third and Miles Sanders to get that pick. But the Ravens had a ton of running back issues last year. They went through Gus Edwards, Dobbins, Le'Veon Bell. They couldn't find an answer. Most of the running game is actually comes from Lamar Jackson, and you just don't want your quarterback out there running around, being chased by linebackers 20, 30 times a game. Not 20, 30 times, but, somewhere in there. Bills had the number 57th in the second round. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty high up there. That's basically almost a third-round pick. You might actually be able to squeeze that 57th out round for just Miles Sanders because, I mean, now they already have, who else is on that team? I know Dawson Knox. I think he's going to pop that tight end, but I don't know what's going on with him. I thought he was going to pop like a year ago, but he hasn't. But you got Stephon Diggs. You got Emmanuel Sanders. They got that other kid there that was doing great at the end of last year. I forget his name, Jones or something like that. Anyways, you had Miles Sanders into that room with Devin Singletary. You'd have a real formidable offense with Josh Allen throwing that ball around. But I think the best team to trade with would be Miami because Miami's already been sniffing around Andre Dillard. So I forget what's their second round. Their second round is 50th overall is the second round. Pick they have is 50th overall. And I think if you put Andre Dillard and Sanders together, you might actually get that second-round pick off them because it's a pretty high pick. And let's face it, if we don't trade Andre Dillard, we're just going to let him walk because we're not paying that money for him because he's not worth that first-round 50-year option. And they need a running back. I mean, what's his name? Gaskin? I think Gaskin's their best running back, and he's an undrafted free agent. He's doing good, but he's playing all the games, and he's only getting 600-700 yards, which is not great. I mean, if you want to compete against the Patriots and the Bills and those teams in your division, you're going to want to have a 1,000-yard rusher at least. But the biggest thing with Miles Sanders is his injuries. That's what's going to really devalue him. If he had stayed healthy, for all 17 games last year and the 16 games before that, he's only played a full season, his rookie season. He'd be well over 1,000 yards every single year. Also, the Eagles that are a heavy running team, we use committee a lot, and we don't actually run the ball that much. At the start of last year, we barely ran the ball at all. So, his numbers are also affected by that. And, whatever reason we're not running the ball early on in the seasons, I think it's because Howie or Lurie want to be a passing team. But I think they kind of got their hands and their eyes on Jalen Hurts last year, and they thought, man, not the best idea. So then we started actually running the ball and doing great. But I think Kenny Gainwell's, going to step up huge this year, and maybe Miles Sanders might play second fiddle to that if he gets hurt and he ends up finding himself down on the depth chart. But you don't want to be trading in that position where trading a running back that's your second or third string running back and trying to get a second-round pick because it's not going to look good. So, you might want to try to offload him now. That would be my plan anyways. That's all I got to think. What do you guys think? I mean, comment, like, subscribe, write down below whether you would keep Miles Sanders or you would let him walk or would you pay him? I mean, we'll see. I don't know. That's all I have for today. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later.